5 fast food restaurants that just don't taste the same anymore. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Today, we are drinking the original donut shop coffee. If you have to hit pause to get your coffee together or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now as we are going to be discussing a hot topic here. Had some questions on different fast food restaurants. A lot of people in the comments were saying in our video the other day of how a lot of these places don't taste the same anymore. I thought I would elaborate some on this, so we are going over five American restaurants, in my opinion, okay, and from some of you guys, that just don't taste the same anymore. Number 1, Arby's. Used to love Arby's. When I was younger, I used to love the roast beef sandwiches. I thought they were fantastic. Remember, they used to have the 5 for $5. Your family could each get a big roast beef sandwich for $1. It was a great deal. And then they would do the beef and cheddars and stuff like that. Well, let me tell you, I usually give places, especially fast food restaurants, 3 strikes. 3 strikes, you're out. Might have given Arby's an extra strike over the years, but I gotta say, their meat tastes like rubber. It just does not taste right. Every time I ate at Arby's near the end there, it was like an hour later, my stomach would start to hurt. Now, me and Jessica don't eat a lot of fast food anymore. Mostly because of these reasons, because they don't taste good anymore, and we're seeing the prices skyrocket on them. I think it's $5.99 for a roast beef sandwich. That was the last time I had one a couple years ago. And that was probably the 4th strike. So, I don't know. I used to love Arby's. That was one of my favorites. That's why it's number 1 on the list here. Yeah, the fries. Does anybody remember a few years back when they said, I don't know if they had to, if they had to change like the cooking oil for the fries, but you remember the curly fries, that were really good. And then they changed one ingredient or something, probably to save money. And they were just terrible. They were terrible. They would get real hard. They wouldn't last but seconds. You would ask for them fresh, you get them fresh, and then as soon as you get them in your bag and get them home, they're like cold and nasty. No real taste to them at all. Second one here, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken used to be a fan favorite around here in Cincinnati, Ohio. We're pretty close from where the original KFC was in Kentucky, not too far. The Colonel would be rolling over in his grave if he knew what this chicken has become. I remember the last time that we ate Kentucky Fried Chicken. I told Jess, now, some of them may be better. This may be just in our part of Cincinnati here where it's trash. Okay, I don't really know, but I will say the last time, this is another one, they got 3 strikes out of me. I kept hoping that it would change. I even remember when they did the remodel of our KFC, thought maybe they changed the fryers, maybe it would change the taste. Nope. I always got the original, I wouldn't get the crispy or whatever, and I tried the crispy one time, and I was like, oh, that's even worse, but the original would literally, the skin would, fall off, and you could ball it up. I remember showing Jess years ago, balling it up and just, have a ball of grease. I was like, nope. So it's been a long time. KFC's been on the downhill for a long time. So is Arby's. I feel like things are getting worse, though, because they're selling the same products, yet charging more money for them. Okay. Next on the list here, and this is one that we got a couple comments the other day on our video of 5 items in the grocery stores that don't taste the same anymore. And if you would like to check that video out, I will leave that in the description box below here so that you can click on that after this video. Number 3 on the list here, Burger King, or Burger Death, as they call it. Burger King used to be really good. I mean, I never really got much from Burger King other than a Whopper. But Whoppers have gone so far downhill. I remember the last Whopper that I ate tasted like cardboard. It's been a couple years since I've had one. And things could change. Let us know down in the comments, what you think of some of the ones that we're talking about here. Let us know if you feel that, because it could be different. It could be different. It could be different from state to state. Maybe they still do it the old way. Burger King was actually my first job when I was 16 years old. So I have a little bit of a special love for Burger King. I don't know how they cook their burgers now, but they are not like they were when I was 16 years old, putting them on the rack and watching the big, huge flame broil thing work. I mean, it was pretty cool. As a kid, it was like, wow, that's pretty cool how they're sending out all these burgers 100 miles an hour. But yeah, they just don't taste the same anymore. I never have liked Burger King fries at all. I just feel like if there was one thing that they should have changed, it should have been that. But really feel like Burger King has really gone downhill over the years. Next on the list here would probably be number one for Jessica. Domino's Pizza. Boy, have we given them so many chances. We used to have, when we would go on vacation or go on different trips through Florida, Orlando, our tradition was to always get Domino's Pizza before we came home. It was just something we did. We get like a couple of the snack things and stuff like that. Well, over the last few years, we've noticed that it's been trash. Absolute trash. Their pizza is just terrible. And it's like, after a couple times, we were like, we need a new tradition here in Florida. I mean, it's a long drive home from Florida. We usually drive. And we've tried it up here a couple years ago. This was the last time. We were like, it tasted just like the same crap that it was down in Florida. So here we are in two different states, tasted exactly the same, absolutely terrible. Maybe some Domino's pizza around where you live is okay. This was complete trash. I mean, if you talk about something that went from 100 to 0 very quickly, it's just terrible. Domino's does not taste anything like it used to. Nothing. I just, we used to love Domino's. And it's cheap. Now it's still cheap, but it's garbage. I can't speak enough on that. I just think it's absolute trash. Someone else had mentioned that in the comments. I was like, oh, yeah, because I didn't think about it. I was like, oh, yeah, Domino's Pizza's really gone downhill. But next on our list, number 5 here is Sonic. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, when Sonic came in here, we were so excited. We were like, hopefully that this is going to be something good, something nice. We know that they have lots of different items on their menu and lots of different things. They're known for their, like, freezes or their ice cream blizzards, as they call them. And we were really excited. So the first day they opened, which was a couple years ago, I went there and I was like, we're just going to try a few things. We tried the chili dog. We tried the burger. It was really good. We were like, this is fantastic. And finally, we got a restaurant here where it tastes like, old school fast food. It tastes really good. And then we decided we'd get it again. And I'm not kidding. Another restaurant that went from 100 to 0 very quickly was Sonic. I mean, I don't know what happened. I think when we went there, it was like all managers making the food or something, or I'm not really sure. I really don't know, but it hasn't been good since. I mean, to be fair, I guess the Blizzard things are okay. I've never actually gotten one from there, so I can't really talk on those. But we have had the Blizzards before in other states where there's been Sonics before, or where we've been to Sonic. But that is, excuse me. That was a huge disappointment because it was like when you go there and it's so good, and I could go on and on and on here. We had a IHOP that was put in here, and I'm not a big fan of IHOP, okay? And this ain't fast food, but this is just a little bit extra here. We went there when IHOP first opened because we're excited. We don't have many restaurants over here, and when something pops up, it's nice to try something different. So we went to IHOP, and it was absolutely delicious. But that is one thing that we noticed was it was all managers. All managers. That place is like a desert now. Like, you'll see people there in the morning sometimes, but I'm surprised it's still open. We've gone back there a couple times, and it was absolute trash. The burger was trash that I got there one night, and then we got it to go. And not to mention that it took forever. We were like the only people in there. And it took like 25 minutes to get our stuff. We were the only people in there. So, maybe we just had bad luck over here in Cincinnati, Ohio here. But these are our top 5 fast food restaurants that we won't go to. We don't go to them anymore. They're absolute garbage. They need to change everything. I don't know. Grab out the receipt book, KFC. Out of all of them, that's probably one that really disappoints me because we have a lot of history here in Cincinnati and Kentucky with Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? It should not taste this bad. It should not be that bad. It's been that bad for a long time, though. And I know you guys are probably surprised that I did not put this on the list, McDonald's. I put McDonald's on here with a question mark because I feel like McDonald's, although their prices, if you notice, as far as fast food goes, McDonald's prices have just soared. I mean, they are just, you're paying $5 for a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin now, right? And I will tell you, when we went to, me and Jessica and her family went out to Metamora, Indiana for this flea market thing. Well, their tradition, early in the morning, they go to McDonald's. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it up. I didn't even really care. I was pretty hungry, knew I wasn't going to be eating for a while. I got a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. The meal came with a hash brown and a large orange juice. I gotta say, it was absolutely delicious. Maybe better than it's ever been. And maybe I was just really hungry. But I gotta say, that was fantastic. And I remember thinking, like, you know what? McDonald's really hasn't lost their quality on their breakfast. You know what it cost me, though? $11.29. $11.29 for a steak, egg, and cheese bagel, which is, I think it's six something for just the sandwich. And then the hash brown, and then the large orange juice, which they add a little bit extra for the large orange juice, but $11.29. So part of some of the things that we're seeing here is a lot of the things that we're also seeing in the grocery stores as well. Either they raise the prices so high, right, because of ingredients, shortages, different things that they're paying extra to get those products, right? Now, I don't eat, if I eat anything at McDonald's ever, it's always breakfast, so I can't really vouch for like any of the other ones like Big Mac, Quarter Pounder. So let me know down below if those taste the same. I do know the prices, though. The prices are pretty high, which kind of makes me think, well, maybe they didn't change anything. They've just raised the prices. We've noticed the quality in these other 5 places go downhill immensely. And as to where they were charging the same price, now we're starting to see that stuff creep up, which is like, no, not only are you serving garbage food, but you're charging higher prices now. I don't even know what a Whopper costs now. I don't. I mean, I don't need to because it tastes like trash. I know I've used the word trash a lot in this, and I don't know any other better word to describe it. Now, a lot of this, me and Jessica don't eat a lot of fast food anymore. We cook a lot of our food, and, which is better for you anyway. But I wanted to mention that about McDonald's because I'm sure some people were thinking that was going to be on this list. It could be. It could be on your list. Let us know if it would be on your list. But like I said, I've never had an issue with any McDonald's breakfast. However, the prices are higher than they've ever been. Ridiculously high. But at least you're getting the same product. At least for what I've gotten at McDonald's, I get a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin every now and then. Very far and few between. But yeah, when I first paid like $4.79 or whatever it was for that was the last time I got one. I was like, well, forget it. I mean, all of a sudden the Jimmy Dean 8-count at Meijer for $12 or Walmart for $11.62 doesn't seem so bad, and that's what we've been doing. It's a quick out the door. Got to get out, do these videos for you guys. Something that I can eat real quick. Sometimes I don't have enough time to make up some bacon and eggs or sausage or stuff like that. But anyway, that is my top 5 fast food. Fast food that I just don't eat anymore because it just does not taste like it used to, guys. Anyway, let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Let us know it doesn't have to be fast food. If you don't have any fast food that you can pick out of this, let us know some main restaurants. Maybe we'll do another one on like sit-down restaurants because a lot of those have changed as well. We already talked about IHOP. One could argue Waffle House too. At least our Waffle House, we won't eat there. It's terrible. But I will save that for another video. Also, if you missed our top 5 things that we don't like at the grocery store anymore because they don't taste the same, don't forget to click down below to watch that. Post your comments down below. Let us know what you think and if your list matches ours. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.